teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
He was taken down by
the numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
15 yards on the play, first down.
Smith Jr.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Down at the 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
2nd and 9.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Kamara again the ball carrier. Tackle made at his 48-yard line. A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
The pass.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Draw play. This is Carson. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
Brings up 2nd down at the 8-yard line.
Now on 2nd and 16. Wilson. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Breaks through the contact. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
You're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
At the 35-yard line.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to get this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 29. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's a little trigger happy right there. And it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he's got his tight end. That's Smith. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Vikings first down.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
The linebacker Bobby Wagner able to get back in coverage and knock it free. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Shane Bailey on for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost.
Is good.
And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
Vikings 3, Seahawks nothing.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
1st and 10 at their own 25.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Carson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
On the carry.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. Oh, they'll try the sweep. It's Lockett with it. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
For a
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 13-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Now it's Wilson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
The handoff to Chris Carson.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Lining up for the extra point.
See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Returning it, Isaiah McKenzie. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
4 yards the pickup, first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Complete, Jefferson the target. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Loss of 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph.
The pass.
So they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to it. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. And out now come the Seahawks. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one a first down pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
This is Carson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
On the carry.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses, and the pressure gets to him again.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. McKenzie now to return it. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Out of bounds.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That puts them in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
At the 8-yard line.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Buying time to his left. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, He flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
The point after is good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
The kickoff for Seattle.
Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
It's now
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
a gain of 13 yards. And the Vikings first down.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up second down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he'll bring this all the way up to the 45-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara.
Complete.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what?
too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception. Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Wilson to Metcalf that time. First down, Seattle. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain there on the completion. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. It's now 3rd and goal.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Again, Wilson. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And our attention shifts here to the Seahawks defense. And the interception the last time, their 3rd takeaway of the game, Charles.
They're just flocking to the football so well. And not only are they doing that, they're making big-time plays and taking it away from them. Big hits, big plays. They're looking very good in this ball game.
You said flocking, flying to the football. Coaches always use that, don't they?
They really do. It's almost as it goes back to the old, when they click off the frame at the end of a play, they want to see all 11 defensive guys in that picture.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
The pass intended for Justin Jefferson. Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
3 yards. First down, Minnesota.
Back to throw now on 1st down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen.
First down pass.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. And he slings one that's incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And that's caught by Smith. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 23. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. This one brought in by Jefferson.
The second down.
And it'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Going for it all. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot of picking that off in the end zone. And now fourth down.
He was covered by Jamal Adams.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
They'll try and run some clock here with Penny. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. We'll check on his stat when we get back. Again, it's Penny. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
Wilson
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd down, Penny. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they were ultra confident coming in, that's for sure. They had won 7 straight, but number 8 not looking to be in the cards right now. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
You always think about picking up the 1st down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but admire the effort.
And he comes back with one complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of the 1st. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Wilson on the keeper. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 13-yard line.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, alongside Charles Davis.